If you guys have signs, they cannot be on sticks. Please take the sticks off. You can hold the signs, it's not a problem. Take the sticks off the signs. Alright, who's ready to move? Let's go!
I'm ready. Set on another side of the race. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
Last one I got.
Daha böyle yaptım.
बड़ा जोर लगा कल का शोरूम में बोल के हाँ यार दिखा लो इतने अपने भाई ऐसे दिखा लो कहते अपने बंदे लोग ग्लोबल
ਪਿੱਛੇ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਨਾਲ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਨੂੰ ਗੈਪ ਕਰੋ
What we want! Justice! What we want! Justice! What we want! Justice! What we want! Justice! PLC! Shame, shame! PLC! Shame, shame! Owner Driver United!
Never be defeated!
Owner Driver United!
Never be defeated! can make a difference. We have gotten that far by working hard, so let's keep doing. We must be heard by the city so the our taxi medallion businesses prosper. Once again, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And the next speaker, the great lady, she's the Bertha Louise.
Justice for drivers! Absolutely! What we are here about today is a very simple concept. Justice!
Exactly.
That's all we want. Justice! What do we want? Justice! When did we need it? Now! You know, the app industry has changed everything. No one is denying technology, but here's the thing. We are not going to pit one company against the other. We are not going to say that Uber and Lyft and cyber companies worth billions of dollars can squash and dash the hopes and dreams of folks like these folks here today who were made a promise. These are not millionaires and billionaires. These are drivers and owners. Every day, the Taxi and Limousine Commission, the governor, the mayor needs to know that when talks are put together, everyone needs to be at a table. Black cars, green cars, yellow cars. Yeah! And so, with the Black Institute, we are here today to say, not only do you have drivers and owners coming together, but the community is here.
Thank you.
Working people that use your services every day. Again, we are united. We will not be divided. We want fairness. We want justice, and we want it now.
Now! Right now!
Thank you.
It better be now.
Thank you, everybody. It's a pleasure to see you here with the children, with their wives, with their own family. Everybody knows you being hurt. And most of the families who are immediately related with this industry being hurt. We are here today to remind the lawmakers of the City Council and Mayor Mr. de Blasio that we are the middle class, hard-working people who are being hurt by your bisector policy. As the governor, mayor, taxi and limousine commission are more lenient towards billionaires who are inaugurated with the PNC bill by the governor, no cap by the Mr. de Blasio administration, no control of search price. This is the most biting thing by the TLC of New York City. Everything is available for them and everything is restricted for us. We are all left trying to compete against 70,000 FHP vehicles that have overhead, whereas we must pay hundreds of thousands just to operate our taxi cab. When it comes to bailout to empty, as you know pretty well, you force us to collect 50 cents for every fare for them, and it becomes $97 million area, as you know. Yet, no such rule exists for FHP. They already collect funds directly from bridges and tunnels by the tolls. New York State and the fare to ride the subway and the buses. Why are our voices and concerns not being heard? We are mandated to be 50% wheelchair accessible and forced to collect 30 cents per fare. And it also becomes 1 year at least $57 million for the PLC. But all they do, please come up a little.
Mr. Rodriguez, Councilman Rodriguez, come up. And again, thank you for coming out today.
Great.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
No.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
No.
I
want you to give a big round of applause to the children. Come on, let's give the children a big round of applause. You know, one thing that I gotta say as a former liberal driver that I was, is that New York City has to be sure that whoever's are the new player in this industry, they need to follow the same rule and regulation, right?
Yes!
That's what we want.
Yes!
We are not saying that this city is closed to new business. What we are saying, just because a corporation that had $50 billion portfolio come to the city, they should not be exempt from the same rule and regulation that many hardworking and middle-class people been following for decades. And that's what we want.
Justice!
So as a chairman of the Committee of Transportation at the New York City Council, I can tell you that we are with you, that you are not by yourself.
Thank you!
Cesar Chavez said, he said, yes, we can.
Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can!
And the yes, we can, yes, it meaning that we can live in a city where everyone should be able to do good. Where a big corporation that can invest millions of dollars running a negative campaign, that should be put in their place and send a message to them loud and clear. We are not afraid of any millions of dollars that you spend, because we know that New York City is composed by working class and middle class that expect any good business to follow the same rule and regulation. So that's what I'm here today. This week at the stating meeting, I will be introducing a new legislation calling to create a task force to evaluate the value of it. So what we believe is that New York City has responsibility. And I can tell you the mayor, the chairman, the commissioner of TLC, we've been working very hard. You know, we are working very hard to be sure that everyone is accountable, that everyone follows the same rule and regulation. Estamos aquí porque somos una ciudad formada por hombres y mujeres trabajadores. La clase media se tiene que proteger. Lo que estamos pidiendo es que todo el mundo siga las mismas reglas y regulaciones en esta ciudad. Yes, we can!
Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can!
Thank you.
Yes, we can!
Go, Dad!
Go, Sergio, go!
Thank you all for coming. My name is Sergio Cabrera. I'm an individual medallion owner. I have owned my medallion since the year 2000. United here today with my fellow drivers and owners, members of their families, and some of my own family. Nothing special about any of us. Hard-working people who have placed their trust on a notion that is familiar to all, the American dream. Many have achieved it, many are in pursuit of it. All of us here have taken a chance on taxi cabs, trying to follow in the footsteps of those owners and drivers that have built the taxi cab industry into the only transportation segment in the city of New York that offers the opportunity to grab the American dream through the medallion system. The taxi cab business in New York was developed a long time ago by the leaders that were elected at that time. Rules were developed and administrations that followed enacted new rules and laws. But the system has been the standard by which all other services are developed in this city. It has been a system that has served this city well. It has provided for many. We gather here today, took a leap of faith. We entered into agreements with the city of New York for the right to own and operate these medallions. We followed all the rules and regulations established by the said city for the exclusive right to all street hails within its boundaries. They guaranteed, promised, and gave all assurances that this medallion gave us this exclusivity. Why else would we sign away our lives by entering into 25-year mortgages for these tins? But after taking all the necessary steps, all we had to do was work hard, follow the rules, and the American dream was within reach. Wow, what an idea. Hey, we can't go wrong. The city has our backs. They aren't going to do anything to hurt this golden goose they are exploiting. This industry, from the hard work of all of us, collects billions in taxes and sales of medallions. That's right, billions. A 24/7 operation that employs thousands of drivers throughout the city, in every borough, men and women, from all walks of life, all nationalities and ethnicities. Full-time jobs. Also providing full-time jobs for mechanics, gas station attendants, restaurant workers, etc., etc. These wages are thrown right back into the city economy. What can go wrong? Well, along comes technology. All the rules and regulations that govern the transportation industry for 80 years are thrown to the wind. In the space of 4 years, the administration of New York City has allowed technology to trump the law. No one should be above the law. The agency charged with enforcing these rules and regulations, the taxi and limousine, has allowed an intruding force to come into the city of New York and write its own rules. Technology has fooled this agency into believing that gray areas exist in the administrative code of this city, putting in danger the very system that has offered upward mobility to so many for so long. This agency has technology. This agency has allowed technology with the help of apps to bypass established rules and regulations. All we ask is a level playing field. All we want is a level playing field. Everybody follows the rules. No one is above the law.
No one!
No one! Thank you.
Thank you, Sergio Cabrera. Next upon, I'd like to call upon Ms. Perveen Minhas.
Thank you. As Sergio said, all we want is a level playing field. That's all we want. We want all the regulations same for all the taxi industry. We want, they have a rule for owners to drive. We want that rule completely eliminated. If we are leaving our medallions as a legacy to our kids, and our kids are doctors and engineers, TLC should not expect them to drive our medallions. So that rule should be eliminated completely. It should not be there. That's fair. That's fair for all the whole industry, all the medallion owners, corporations. Their CEOs, presidents don't drive cabs. They have drivers, just like they provide jobs as a medallion owner, single or LLC. We are providing jobs also. So I'm protesting against that rule. That should be completely eliminated. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Owner, drivers,
Thank you, Ms. Perveen. Lastly, I'd like to call upon the great civil rights attorney, Mr. Norman Siegel.
Before I begin, I have a question. Is yellow beautiful? Yes! Yellow is beautiful. Yes! Repeat after me.
Yellow is beautiful. Yellow is beautiful.
I am here today, and it is an honor, to stand with the Taxi Medallion Owner Drivers Association and all of you who marched over the Brooklyn Bridge. Give yourself a round of applause. People march over that bridge to achieve civil rights. When government closes their eyes to injustice and inequality, many other people from many other different communities have marched over that iconic bridge to call for justice, fairness, and equality. And you today walked in the shoes of many other New Yorkers who over the years have marched over the bridge and come to the seat of government in order to get your civil rights respected. So thank you very, very much. The message is very clear. You've heard it before. What we want is a level playing field. When we look at who the individual medallion owners are, generally speaking, they're first-generation immigrants. They come from India. They come from Pakistan. They come from Haiti. They come from places in Latin and South America and places in Africa. It's what New York City has been and continues to be. Not too far from here is a lady with a torch.
Lady Liberty.
The Statue of Liberty. As you said, Lady Liberty. She stands there as a symbol. And it's a symbol exactly what we're here today for, to get fairness and equality. And what does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that if the app companies can do surge pricing, yellow cabs should be able to do surge pricing. If the app companies use apps, then the yellow cabs, the green cabs, and the black cabs should be able to use apps as well. Right? And all apps should be equal.
Correct.
If an app for a yellow cab is a street hail, how can an app for Uber be something like a prearranged?
Correct.
It doesn't make any sense. And if the TLC doesn't recognize that arbitrary classification, you know what we're going to have to do?
Shut it down!
We're going to have to go to federal court. Not the state court, but to the federal court, where people's civil rights are usually adjudicated. Two more questions. If, in fact, you have to pay 50 cents and I have to pay that 50 cents for the MTA, why doesn't the app companies have to pay 50 cents? Equality for all, yes, sir. And finally, if the yellow cabs have to have 50% of the cabs handicap accessible, why doesn't the other entities, including...
Yes, sir!
And finally, one of the speakers touched upon it, I think it was Sergio. When you bought the medallion, whether it was 20 years ago or 2 years ago, you had the exclusive right for street hails. When I go home in Midtown Manhattan at 9 o'clock at night after working in my office, too often people stop me. It's not a yellow cab. When I'm trying to get the yellow cab, I only take yellow cabs.
Thank you!
What happens is, they say, you want me to pick you up? And I say to them, that's illegal. Where is the enforcement? If you have the exclusive right, TLC has to enforce it. And if they're not enforcing it, they're depriving you of your property interest. And that's the last point I want to make. Under the Constitution of the United States, the government cannot deprive any individual of their property right without what's called due process of law, which is fairness. So when Uber came in 2011, and it has done what it has done, and Lyft and others, where was the TLC and where was City Hall in making sure that your property interest, which is the medallion, was respected? And as the value of the medallion decreases dramatically and substantially and significantly, I believe that the government has denied all of you your due process rights under the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution.
Yes, they have!
And if it turns out that TLC and the de Blasio administration doesn't address this issue in the next couple of weeks, if you want us, we know where to go. Which is the court. And we will get what you've been asking for, which is justice. Let me conclude by saying New York has a history. Other groups have fought for their rights, and the history is about fairness and equality. You don't have fairness, equality, and thank you, justice, and that's what you have to continue to march for, speak out for, organize for. Let the city council people know who you are. Let the leaders like Bertha and Adonis who are here, let that rainbow come together so that people in that building over here understand what this issue is about. So we don't have to go to the buildings over there in order to get our rights. These folks were elected in order to protect your rights. They serve you. You don't serve them. So let them know where you stand, and together, black, brown, yellow, white, all of us together, black, brown, red, yellow, and white together, as Dr. King used to say, we shall overcome.
Yes, we shall. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it?
What we want! Justice! What we want! Justice! What we want! Justice! What we want! Justice!
I'd like to call upon Mr. Gervais Couple.
Uber pay politician bribery! Stop bribery! Stop
All my fellow
politician!
drivers today who took the time and effort to come here today to let these elected officials know us, that when you sold us these medallions, you promised us that we will have the exclusive street hail rides in the 5 boroughs. And we paid millions of dollars for it, and we got 30 years of mortgages on it. And now you have turned your blind eye on us. You have turned your blind eye on us. We have mortgages on these medallions for 30 years. And we have families to provide and feed. If you don't do something about these medallions, this industry will be destroyed, and you will be held responsible for your actions. What you have been elected for. And as far as the TLC, Taxi and Limousine Commissioner, you're a disgrace to this industry. You willingly and knowingly are letting these ad companies destroy our industries. You willingly and knowingly letting them do this to us. And as far as all these drivers here, give yourself a round of applause for uniting and sticking together. United cab drivers, we will be united forever.
Remember, there's